Killers of the Flower Moon, 2023. Martin Scorsese's Killer of the Flower Moon was one of the most ambitious films of his career, a sweeping 3.5-hour epic about the Osage murders. It earned 10 Academy Award nominations, including Best Picture, Best Director for Scorsese, and Best Actress for Lily Gladstone. It looks like it had everything: an all-star cast, critical acclaim, and awards momentum. But financially, it was a disaster, grossing $158 million against a $200 million budget, which meant a loss of around $80 to $100 million once marketing was factored in. The problems were stacked against it from the start. COVID shutdowns and Robert De Niro's injury dragged out production, and it ballooned all the costs. Some fans even argued Leonardo DiCaprio was a miscast, believing he should have played the heroic FBI agent Tom White instead of the morally compromised Ernest Buckhart. And while critics admired its artistry, a grim 3.5-hour runtime made it a tough sell for mainstream audiences. In a world where Marvel blockbusters dominate, at least that year, Scorsese's adult drama struggled to survive at the box office, despite Oscar glory.
The theme park film, for example, the Marvel-type pictures, where the theaters become amusement parks, that's a different experience. And it's not even, I was saying earlier, it's not cinema, it's something else.
Anora, 2024. Sean Baker's Anora became the surprise winner at the 2025 Academy Awards, taking home Best Picture, Best Director, and Best Actress. With such high honors, you'd expect it to soar financially. Well, actually it did, and I included it on the list because of this. It earned $57 million worldwide, but it stands as one of the lowest grossing Best Picture winners in decades. Its budget was only $6 million, so like I said, it didn't technically lose money. But compared to past Oscar champions like Parasite or Everything Everywhere All at Once, the financial gap was big. The film itself was divisive. Supporters praised its raw energy, while detractors saw it as shallow compared to Baker's earlier masterpieces like The Florida Project. Instead of layered, morally gray characters, Anora was written as an innocent victim, shielded from accountability. The story begins with gritty realism, but drifts into glossy wealth porn before collapsing into repetitive shouting matches. The Academy may have crowned it, but to many viewers, it felt overhyped. What do you think? Should this be out on the list? Well, let me know in the comments below.
Girls and I have been talking, and if your cousin doesn't start showing us some respect, we're not gonna tip out anymore.
All right, I'll talk to him.
The Hurt Locker, 2009. The Hurt Locker was historic. Kathryn Bigelow became the first woman to ever win Best Director, and the film took home 6 Oscars including Best Picture and Best Original Screenplay. But in theaters, against a $15 million budget, it earned just $49 million worldwide, losing an estimated $10 million or more after marketing. Part of the backlash came from the soldiers themselves, many of whom found it inaccurate, even offensive. Jeremy Renner's bomb disposal expert was portrayed less as a disciplined soldier and more as an adrenaline addict. Critics, however, hailed it as one of the tensest character studies of its time. And while it's remembered today for its place in Oscar history, beating out Avatar, the biggest blockbuster ever made, it never connected with mainstream audiences. So The Hurt Locker was a winner at the Academy, but a loser at the box office.
You're a wild man, you know that? Huh?
Yes,
He's
sir.
a wild man. You know that? How many bombs have you disarmed?
I'm not quite sure.
Sergeant,
Yes.
ask your question.
873.
800!
Tar, 2022. Cate Blanchett's performance in Tar is widely regarded as one of the best of her career. The film earned 6 Oscar nominations, including Best Picture, Best Director for Todd Field, and Best Actress for Blanchett. Yet despite the acclaim, it grossed only $29 million against a $35 million budget, translating to a loss of $30 million or more after marketing. The movie divided audiences. For some, it was a brilliant, slow unraveling of a powerful woman's downfall, each tick of the metronome symbolizing denial and inevitability. For others, it was pretentious, an outsider's caricature of the classical music world filled with jargon and posturing. Blanchett's performance was magnetic, but its pacing and subject matter made it a tough sell for casual viewers. Tar remains an artistic triumph, but financially, it was clearly a flop.
All right. Okay, which one is she?
The red one.
Hallo, Johanna. Sie hat mir viel von dir erzählt. Ich weiß, was du machst. Und wenn du das noch einmal machst, weißt du, was ich dann mache? Dann krieg ich dich.
West Side Story, 2021. Steven Spielberg's lavish remake of West Side Story received 7 Oscar nominations and won Best Supporting Actress for Ariana DeBose. Critics praised it as one of the best musicals in years, with authentic casting and cultural updates to the 1961 classic. But audiences didn't show up. With a $100 million budget, it grossed just $76 million worldwide, losing around $60 million or more. The timing was brutal. Released during the pandemic, its core audience, older moviegoers and families, were the least likely to return to theaters. Its opening weekend was a dismal $10.5 million, and even glowing reviews couldn't turn things around. Spielberg proved he could still deliver artistry and emotion, but financially, this was one of the biggest flops of his storied career.
Go back where you came from.
You think I want to stay here? In a city full of ugly little animals like you?
Speaking of Spielberg, The Fablemans, 2022. Spielberg's The Fablemans was deeply personal, a semi-autobiographical film about his childhood love of cinema. It was nominated for 7 Oscars, including Best Picture and Best Director. Critics admired its craftsmanship, but audiences weren't sold. On a $50 million budget, it grossed only $45 million worldwide, losing $20 million or more after marketing. The problem was connection. Many viewers found Michelle Williams' eccentric mother character unlikable, while the family drama often felt too downbeat. Even Judd Hirsch's brief but Oscar-nominated role couldn't boost interest. For a film about the power of storytelling, The Fablemans ironically struggled to tell a story that audiences wanted to see, making it another rare financial stumble for Spielberg.
You want me to feel like I wanted you to be nice to me for 5 minutes? Or I did it to make my movie better. I don't know why. You are the biggest jerk I've ever met. In my entire life, I have a monkey at home that's smarter than you!
Babylon, 2022. Damien Chazelle's Babylon had all the makings of an Oscar darling. It scored 3 nominations for production design, costume design, and score, and aimed to capture the wild chaos of early Hollywood. But with a budget of $80 million, it grossed only $63 million, losing more than $100 million and becoming one of Paramount's biggest bombs in years. Released at Christmas, alongside Avatar: The Way of Water and Puss in Boots 2, it never stood a chance. The marketing didn't help, selling it as chaotic mess rather than a coherent story. For audiences already skeptical of Hollywood's excess, the movie felt like a lecture more than entertainment. Technically brilliant, but commercially doomed. So Babylon stands as one of the most infamous award season flops of the decade. Babel, 2006. Alejandro Gonzalez Iñárritu's Babel was nominated for 7 Oscars. Don't at me at the pronunciation, guys. I tried my best, I'm sorry. Including Best Picture and won Best Original Score, with Brad Pitt and Cate Blanchett leading the cast. It earned $135 million on a $25 million budget. So it looks like it earned money, right? But with heavy award season marketing, the profits were slim, and it underperformed compared to its Oscar hype. The film split audiences. Some praised its interconnected storytelling and ambition, while others criticized it as contrived and politically tone-deaf. Viewers pointed to glaring plot holes and uncomfortable portrayals of cultural divides. Financially modest and artistically divisive, Babel is remembered more as a critical talking point than a commercial hit.
Jesus Christ, why can't you just relax? Why are you so stressed?
You're not the reason I'm stressed. You're the reason why I can't relax.
Good if you tried.
That's 8 minutes. Thank you for watching. Like the video and don't forget to subscribe for more flops.